Do you have any advice on the grief of losing someone to homelessness and estrangement?
Oh, that's so painful. I think this is all of you, are suffering, and there isn't a hierarchy, I don't think. I think estrangement is like a death, and it often isn't recognized. It's a living loss, because the relationship is no longer in your life. The person is no longer in your life. They haven't actually died. So they can really take hold of your imagination and kind of drive you crazy. And if it's a family member, of course, they're kind of genetically part of you. As much as you may be estranged from a family member, they're always part of you. So I think, what I would suggest is to go through the app actually and allow yourself to grieve their absence and that they aren't present, as if they had died. And it's not pretending that they've died, but if you go through it and ask those questions, that answer the questions, it will allow you to feel the pain of your loss, given that this person is no longer present in your life. And the key thing is supporting yourself, given you feel that loss, and that loss is very real. I think one of the difficulties of it is it's often we don't legitimize it because it's so confusing, because the person is alive. But actually, if they're homeless and estranged from you, it is as if they've died. And it is the same process to come to terms with it, to grieve their loss.